welcome back. Summertime, it's time for more iced drinks. This time I'm going to show you only the best sellers. When you start your coffee shops, I would suggest that you start with the best sellers because these are what people are looking for. For today's video clip, I am going to show you in large 22 ounces cups. In most coffee shops, you would have a program grinder. So in this case, I have this grinder which is programmed for two different types of shot. One is a single shot which uses about 9 grams of coffee beans, and the double shot which uses 18 grams of coffee beans. If you only have one coffee grinder and you are using the expertise or the skills that you have given your baristas, it might not be easy to adjust the amount of coffee beans that you will be using for your grinder. In this case, I have two grinders here, so if I make 22 ounces and I need 20 grams of coffee beans, then I can switch to one of my grinder that will pull 20 grams of coffee beans. But if you have only one grinder, then you have to do one shot and two shots. For 22 ounces, I need 3 shots of espresso. 3 shots or 80 to 90 milliliters of espresso. Let's get started with our first drink, which is the Americano, in which I am going to use my preset grinder, 2 shots plus 1 shot. In this one, I have pre-programmed for 18 grams. So this is for my 18 grams. In some shops, the reason why they do this is because they cannot rely on the skills of their barista and they'd like it to be standard. So this way, you will see them pulling 3 shots, okay? So this is for my single shot of espresso. It's good if you have a 2-group espresso machine, but if you only have a single group espresso machine, you have to first pull the 2 shots and then the single shot. Another reason for pulling 2 different shots instead of one time is that if you have a queue and limited staff, it is time consuming to measure the coffee before each grind. For Americano, I'm going to use 4 ounces of plain water. So here I have my 1 shot of espresso and my double shot here, 3 shots. So Americano is water and espresso. And then you have to pour your espresso shots over. There's 2 shots and the single shot. And you have a very beautiful looking Americano here with some crema on top. And this is your iced Americano in 22 ounces with 3 shots of espresso. For the next drink, it is going to be iced latte. Because this is a milky drink, I am going to use 3 different types of milk as per my recipe. You can adjust this according to your preferences. I'm going to use fresh milk, I'm going to use evaporated milk, and I'm going to use condensed milk. If you would like to change the proportion of milk or even use a different type of milk, please check out the video link above. I do have another video clip which shows you how you can substitute evaporated milk and condensed milk with your milk of choice. So don't forget to check it out. For now, I'm going to use the commercial recipe. And for our next drinks, I'm going to pull only 2 shots of espresso using 20 grams of coffee. So that means 20 grams in and 80 milliliters or 90 milliliters, 3 ounces of espresso shots. For the coffee, I forgot to mention that I am using a medium roast coffee beans here. So I have here 20 grams of coffee. I'm going to pull a lungo. My espresso machine is programmed to pull 3 shots, so I'm just going to press that button. I prepare my latte mix in a separate measuring cup, 40 ml of evaporated milk, and the same amount of condensed milk. So this time I am using a 50% sweetness level. It's a little bit hard to pour it out of this squeeze bottle, so I'm going to take off the lid. So 40 ml. Don't forget that this is a large cup, so it is not really as sweet as you think it is. And then finally, I am going to add 2 ounces of plain milk. For espresso drinks, I would suggest that you make it less sweet because you'd really, really like to let the taste of that beautiful coffee stay. And here are my 2 shots of espresso. So I'm going to pour my latte mix into my cup of ice. And then my espresso shots over. And this is our 22 ounces latte using espresso shots. For the next drink, it is going to be cappuccino. Now I have adjusted my coffee grinder here to pull more coffee beans, so it's going to be 20 grams this time. That's a lot of ground coffee in here. So when you have a nearly full basket, there's no need for you to temp it hard. Otherwise, your coffee will flow really, really slowly. Okay, so just some pressure there. And because this is cappuccino, what do we need? We need a milk foam. Put it straight in. Lift it up so that it goes double in size. That's evaporated milk, condensed milk, for cappuccino, do not fill your cup to the top with ice because you are going to put milk foam on top. Okay, so here's my lungo, both 40 grams each. That's a lot of coffee there. And my lungo. So you don't need to add any milk there, but you are going to put it on top as milk foam. For the topping, we are going to add sprinkles of chocolate powder there. So this is our iced cappuccino using espresso shots. Wow, looking really, really dark here. Next it is caramel macchiato. So once again, I'm going to pull 3 shots or 80 to 90 ml of espresso using 20 grams of coffee. So whilst we're waiting for our espresso shot, let's prepare our caramel mix. So this is fresh milk, evaporated milk, condensed milk. Take note of the proportions here because you have to adjust the sweetness level because we're going to add caramel syrup for the flavor of our drink. I'm going to use 3 pumps of caramel syrup. Each pump is 7.5, so it's 22.5 or about 0.75 ounces of caramel syrup. Again, do not fill the cup with ice because you'd like to put some milk foam on top. Our espresso shots over. I love the color of that. And then put our thin milk foam. Do not put too much. And decorate the top with caramel sauce. Caramel macchiato in 22 ounces using espresso shots. For our final drink, it is mocha. So 80 to 90 ml of espresso. 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder in there. And then I'm just going to use my evaporated milk first to dissolve my cocoa powder. I'm going to use a matcha whisk. And it is fully dissolved. Matcha whisk is very useful. Put my milk. Condensed milk. And look at that beautiful texture. And my 3 ounces of espresso here. Smelling so good. And the final touch is our thin milk foam on top. This time, because I am using a flat lid, do not put too much. Finish it off with chocolate sauce topping. Let's make the same design here. Lid on. Iced mocha using espresso. Cappuccino, Americano, caramel macchiato, and latte. Time for the moment of truth. Americano, this is sugar-free. Strong coffee. If you'd like to give this to your customer with a little bit of sweetener, it might just balance that strong coffee. Because this is such a large cup, I would normally personally prefer a smaller cup, but this is very refreshing. Now for the cappuccino. Okay, I think the sweetness level is just right. It gives you that taste of coffee, strong aftertaste of coffee, which should be perfect. If you'd like to, remember that if you'd like to adjust the sweetness level, do check out the video link above. Okay, and this is mocha. With this, even though the coffee is a long shot, 90 ml or 3 shots of espresso, it kind of like balances the taste with the chocolate. So it's neither coffee nor chocolate. So it's just the right combination. I always say that mocha is the milk tea of coffee. It's exactly that. Now for the caramel macchiato, this time I'm using caramel syrup and also caramel sauce on top. First taste is coffee, and then the aftertaste is caramel. It might be a little bit better if you could reduce the amount of caramel, but then again, these are the commercial recipes which you can adjust. Okay, and finally the latte. Perfect balance between the coffee and the milk, and the sweetness level is just about right, I would think. So there you go, 5 delicious iced coffee drinks, perfect for the summer and for those that want to start their coffee business. If you're planning to upgrade from instant coffee or even mocha pot coffee and start using espresso machines, these are the recipes that you can use. If you have any questions about these recipes, do let me know, comment below. Don't forget to check out my book, The Basic Barista. You will have all these recipes there, including recipes for 12 ounces and 16 ounces in the book, The Basic Barista. Details on how to order in the description box below. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. Take care, stay safe, stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Ciao for now.